Hey everybody, it's Emily, the Crazy Worm Lady. I am here today with our VermiBag Mini for an update. And if you recall, last week we fed a huge feeding of oranges. I do see a few worms in the window. The lighting's not great, but there's not a whole lot in there. You can see the springtails. But I want to take a look in the bag and see how they're getting along. I highly doubt we will feed this bin this week, but nonetheless I wanted to see how it was going. I'm going to take this paper that I have on the top here and just dig in and see what we can see. Ooh, it's warm and squishy. Check that out. This smells so delicious. It smells like some sort of juice bar or something. Oh my gosh. Well, as you can see, these forbidden foods are really quite fine for the worms. The springtails love it as well, but that doesn't bother me. But everywhere I'm digging is just balls and balls of worms. So we'll dig a little bit more. So to all those people who say citrus is dangerous for your worms, I don't know. I beg to differ. Mine love it. Everything in moderation, and honestly this really wasn't even a moderation thing, but I've fed citrus to my worms before, and I really wasn't concerned considering the bag is so large. If anything in there was to bother them, they could easily move away and come back. But it doesn't look like they had to do a whole lot of moving away. They seem absolutely happy in here. I'm actually surprised that I'm not finding more oranges left over. They've just like demolished it. I am absolutely shocked. In a good way, but I'm shocked. So, I don't know. I wasn't planning on feeding these guys, but I think they could probably use it. So I'll see what I can get together for them. And I guess we'll give them another feeding. So unexpected, but kind of exciting considering how happy these worms seem to be. Here's a corn cob piece. See the worms actually get inside of it as it decomposes, and actually this one's just breaking apart gently. Look at that. The worms just climb on through there. I see one of our little beetles, but yeah, the worms love it. So the corn takes forever to break down, but the worms continue to work on it and use it to lay their cocoons and all that good stuff. So let me get a little feeding together for them, some bedding, and we'll get them fed up and give them another week. They seem to be managing this quite well, so I think we can definitely safely give them another nice healthy feeding. So, vegetable spring rolls that got left out on the counter. It's probably controversial because, yes, they're fried, but it's not a large amount of oil that's really left over. Although I could be wrong. But I froze these, thawed them. Just cabbage and, I don't know, whatever other vegetables were in here. I like to go along with the trend of the shock and awe factors. Prove to you guys that sometimes they make us worry for nothing. So, I have all of that. Again, that's not a lot of food, but I do have this nice big bag here. Very wet as well, but the VermiBag, as we know, can really handle the wet feedings. And it helps keep it steadily moist in here. So this looks like probably what was left over from soup stock that we made, because it's like onions and some more forbidden foods. Onions, things like that. Looks like I don't know if that's the bottom of a piece of cabbage or what that is, but plenty of nice foods that have a lovely odor too, I'll tell you that much. Cabbage is rough to put in your bins. Gotta make sure you cover it really well because it stinks. This is my dry mix. I've really done relatively well lately with my beetles. Really, I haven't had like any mites at all. Just a few fruit flies and the occasional beetle, but they're much, much better than they were, say, 6 months ago. So I consider that to be good progress. And I just want to bury this relatively well because with the fact that I have a few fruit flies lately, I want to make sure we don't encourage any sort of proliferation of them. The good thing about the VermiBag is I haven't seen any in this bag, and I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it zips shut nice and tight, just like the Urban Worm Bag. These CFT systems are great because they're completely enclosed and contained, so it kind of minimizes the risks of having any sort of problems. So I don't think that the VermiBag was the culprit of my fruit flies, but why take any risk? And these here are like the glossy ads from inside the newspaper, and those aren't things that you really want to decompose in your bin because they sometimes have like a little film. People aren't really sure if it's like a plastic that we don't want to be putting back into the earth anyway. So I just use them as a cover because they're good to hold the moisture in. So I think that's all I'm going to do for today. So let me know what you think. Drop your comments below. Like this video, subscribe if you'd like some more content from me, and I'll be back with you guys real soon for an update.